hold on to the Women's Africa Cup of Nations trophy. Lumptre into the middle, OKON-AKPAN here, this must be three, and it is swept home. And finally, the Super Falcons do get their third goal. Corner to the delight of not just herself, but her teammates as well, as you can see. Lovely scenes. And it was a nice move as well. And look at this little header there, really smart to find her in lots of space. And on this occasion, ruthless with the finish.
Yeah, very, very ruthless. It looks like it was easy, but that wasn't that easy finish at all. And great finish from Chinwendu Hazel.
Now, with regards to the game, we are not flattered by the scoreline. We know what we set out to do. We have watched the game. We have noticed areas that we also know that we need to improve. So it's still work in progress. Like I said, it's the first match, and naturally, you know, playing the first game, sometimes a lot of factors come into play. You don't expect your team to be at their best playing from the first game. Certainly, because you still have more games to play, the expectation is that you hope to get better in every game up to the finals and then the last game of the tournament.
It's like the first game ever, so you know, we're just trying to like get the energy together, work together, and create as much chances and opportunities that we can. Obviously the goals are going to come, and they did come, but we just have to take the positive and, you know, go for the next game and then eventually get more goals.
Sporty greetings, and once again, welcome to my channel. On this street, I'm proudly Austin, and on television, you go official with a full name, but on this street, it's proudly Austin. And I just want to say thank you to everyone that has subscribed to this YouTube channel. It keeps growing and it's so encouraging. So please, first thing first, if you have not subscribed, as you're watching now, please just subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. I will continue to create content. And guys, don't forget, because I've been getting questions. Oh, Austin, you talked about this, you talked about that. No, on this channel, it is sports, which is my bias, entertainment. As you can see, I was at the Asha live concert in London, and I put that up on my YouTube channel. So it's sports, entertainment, and so much more. You saw the kidnapping interview I did with the Reverend Father. It falls under so much more, because hey, look, first and first, I'm a broadcaster, I'm a broadcast journalist, and I'm supposed to do little of everything, but yeah, the bias is sports, and so I'll try to, you know, keep up as much sporting content that I can, you know, bring to you guys. Let's get into it. Whenever you see me on this outfit, you know it's national team business. The Super Eagles, the Super Falcons, all the age grade teams. You can put the Chan Eagles in there because we're getting ready for the African Nations Championship. I hope to be in Tanzania to cover that one. But let's see how it goes. You know, we are in the season of women's football. It's the 13th edition of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. Morocco is hosting, and it is big for Team Nigeria because they want to make it 10 titles. So they've activated Mission X. Can the Super Falcons go all the way? Look, I will not use this to talk about the team. I've done enough justice to Mission X. So go to my channel and run through it, and you'll see that conversation. I did a breakdown comprehensively of the team that Coach Justin Madugu has taken to Morocco, each of the players. He even explained why he dropped some of the players. So that's it right there. Go look at it, and you will understand the structure of the team that will be executing Mission X for Nigeria. But what I want to do with this video is talk about the first game that they had. Yes, Mission X has been activated, and it's a perfect start for the Super Falcons. It was easy. It was soft work against Tunisia. Look, I wasn't expecting anything different from what I saw. 3-0, loads of chances created, a lot of missed opportunities also. And I was actually missed that chance. I was like, gracious goodness. Yeah, but, you know, she didn't expect the ball to land on her feet, but when it did, she had to just kick, and it went wide, you know. Quite a number of chances missed, but hey, they did just enough. And it's a perfect start for the Super Falcons. It was easy. It was soft work against Tunisia. Look, I wasn't expecting anything different from what I saw. 3-0, loads of chances created, a lot of missed opportunities also. And I was actually missed that chance. I was like, gracious goodness. Yeah, but, you know, she didn't expect the ball to land on her feet, but when it did, she had to just kick, and it went wide, you know. Quite a number of chances missed, but hey, they did just enough. to win that one by 3-0. If you haven't seen it, I put up highlights of that and a little bit of reaction from the woman of the match, Esther Okonkwo, and Coach Justin, talking about the results, saying, look, we're not flattered. We know why we're here. We want to stay focused and see what we can get out of, Morocco. It's Mission X, and now it's activated because they've played their first group game. And now it gets tricky because Algeria also won in that group. So up next for Nigeria will be Botswana on Thursday. Look, I'm not bothered about the teams in the group stage. It's when they get to the knockout stage, when we start putting South Africa, Morocco, Zambia. Did you see Morocco, Zambia? Gracious goodness, that was such a good one for women's football development in Africa. I loved it so much. Tutu was such a cracker. Big ups to Morocco and Zambia for giving us that. Let's talk about the Super Falcons, Mission X. Now we know what it is. You've seen the players. You have a bit of an understanding what we should expect from these girls. Look, all day, every day, you know me. If you follow me right on TV and even on my socials, I big up anything women in Nigeria because they're giving so little and they produce something big out of it. So I have no choice than to support that sort of team, So getting ready for this competition, I knew they didn't get the sort of attention that they needed to, come here, but I know Tunisia won't shake them. If you go see the highlights, I'll show you the goals highlights. But Tunisia didn't shake them in any way, So the mood before the game, you could tell the girls weren't bothered. So Nadozie playing and mimicking the video assistant referee and cracking up her teammates, such a delight to watch all day, every day, and then she go out there and she gives first-class performance every time, all day, every day. She gets into the pitch. She's such a delight to watch. And I love the video of Deborah Abiodun and her sister Toshola singing and dancing. This was before the game. Like, come on, we're the Super Falcons of Nigeria. We're not bothered about all of these talks. Yes, we've launched Mission X. We've won 9 out of 12 editions. This is the 13th edition. We want to win it for the 10th time. So what? We're coming out to play football. I will do it the Super Falcons way. So the mood was right, no pressure whatsoever. And when it was time to get it done, in fact, from the warm-up, I knew that, look, this is not going to be a difficult job for the Super Falcons, and they did just that. Let's run through the lineup. It was when I saw the lineup, I was like, okay, Coach Justin is going with a 3-4-3 formation. I wanted to know the 3 defenders. If I had seen Ashley Plumter fully at the back, I would have raised some question. But when I saw her, completing the midfielders, I was like, okay, maybe he's up to something. And Ashley showed that she can be effective going forward. She provided the assist for the third goal. I think she did 2 or 3 assists. There was even the loop she did to Osinachi that was missed. So going forward, she provided something special. So the starting lineup: Chiamaka Nadozie in goal as usual, top goalkeeper, the best in Africa. Michelle Alozie, Osinachi Ohale, and Tosin Dimei completed the 3 defenders. The midfielder: Ashley Plumter, Alimatu Ainde, Rashida Tajibade, and Abiodun Deborah. Rock solid Abiodun Deborah. She keeps getting better. Every time I watch her, I'm like, wow, what a player Abiodun Deborah has become. The forwards, we had Rinsola Babajide, one of the goal scorers. You see our goal. Tony Payne and Agbabola Asisa Toshola, also one of the scorers. She needed just 4 minutes to do the magic for Nigeria. You know what? Let me let you see the goals highlights.
Take an early lead. We saw a blisteringly star goal in Rabat last night. Swung in it goes, and it is in the back of the net. And there were just 4 minutes on the clock, and Nigeria's Super Falcons have scored already. Asisat Oshuala celebrates the goal. Who else? Well, there was a fairly routine delivery into the area, which Tunisia simply, who has already won 3 WAFCON titles, showing her intentions very, very early on as well. And now she enjoyed that goal as well. Look at the smiles. Look at the celebration as well. You can see the ball coming in. Desire Operanozie, your thoughts?
I think it's a good start. It was a good delivery from Babajide, and Assad was just at the right place at the right time. Ashley had missed, and then Assad was just behind Ashley Plumtree. It was a good finish, good start.
Trying herself now to make some space. Payne. has come through to Babajide. Babajide has goal, and Babajide doubles Nigeria's lead in first half, stoppage time. And finally, Nigeria get a little bit of a cushion. They have huffed and they have puffed, and they scored a goal right at the start of the first period. And they scored in stoppage time at the end of the first half as well. And a moment for Babajide to celebrate. You celebrated and very happy to see Nigeria get a little bit of daylight between them and Tunisia.
Yes, I think this is what we need in the team. You could say she knew what she wanted to do with that ball. She forced her way through the defense, and she knew she was going to pull that trigger, and you could see the way she moved, and you could tell that that ball was going in. No delay, no second thought about it, and I think that's what we need in that defense.
Hold on to the Women's Africa Cup of Nations trophy. Lunche into the middle, OKON-AKPAN, and this must be three, and it is swept home. And finally, the Super Falcons do get their third goal. And that was stylishly done as well. It's the substitute, Hezuro, who has found the bottom corner to the delight of not just herself, but her teammates as well, as you can see. Lovely scenes. And it was a nice move as well. And look at this little header there, really smart to find her in lots of space. And on this occasion, ruthless with the finish.
Yeah, very, very ruthless. It looks like it was easy, but that wasn't that easy finish at all. And great finish from Chinwendu Hezu. Nice one. I mean, it's about time they get that third goal. It's long overdue, you know.
Yeah, that's it. I told you it was easy peasy work for the Super Falcons. You know, shout out to Asisat Oshoala, you know. And that's the way to start that sort of game. And after a goal, where's the next goal coming? And all of that, you know. But the Tunisia, you know, went back a bit, tried to catch the team on the counter, but the Super Falcons handled it so well. Let me go back to Asisat and say big ups to her. You know, 4th minute, she scored that goal, and she showed respect. She honored the legendary Peter Rufai, you know, legend of football in Nigeria. I will miss him so much. We just lost him last week Thursday, and Asisat had that wristband, you know, having his name, and that was so heartwarming. That was so honoring, you know, well deserved, you know. And shout out to Asisat Oshoala for, you know, showing respect, love, and honor to the legendary Peter Rufai. You know, big ups, Asisat Oshoala. I love it so much. One lady that got everyone talking was Rinsola Babajide. Not about our goal, but a celebration, you know. Yeah, we know it was in honor of the late Diogo Jota, and I've seen criticism here and there. A lot of you guys don't know her background, you know, and that's why they're talking. But my colleague Cecilia Omorogbe caught up with Rinsola right after the game, and she tried to explain her celebration. Listen.
Yeah, it was just like a tribute for Diogo Jota, the one that died, and for his brother. So yeah, it was a signature celebration of his, and yeah, I just wanted to contribute and do something for him. It was one of my favourite players at Liverpool when I was there as well.
Yeah, that's it. Straightforward shout out to Babajide. You know, I mean, football is a big tool for world unity, you know, fantastic tool for social cohesion, you know. So people come up now, oh, what's the business with Diogo Jota? Oh, please stop it, guys. Football has got the power to unite the world. And I love the fact that not just Rinsola, a lot of footballers are beginning to honor Diogo Jota, you know. And I've just said shout out to Rashida, to Asisat Oshoala for remembering the legendary Peter Rufai, you know. And so shout out to Rinsola also. It was such a delight to see her, you know, honor the late Diogo Jota and his brother Andre Silva. Fantastic result for the Super Falcons, and just when we thought it was going to end 2-0, substitute Chinwendu Hezu came in, and what a strike for the third, you know. Beautiful pull out by Ashley Plumter, landed on Hezu's leg, and she finished it off so well. 3-0, just about the sort of result that that sort of performance should give, and we like it so much. Up next for the Super Falcons will be Botswana. Botswana lost 1-0 to Algeria. If you follow my channel, you see I'll put up the highlights of that one, just because they're in the same group with the Super Falcons, so we'll understand their sort of play, you know. So let's see what they will do against Botswana on Thursday. Now that would have been 2 games. We can now actually analyze the team, know the direction Coach Justin Madugu is going with this team, and then hopefully right after the group stage they will keep getting better. But the big elephant in the room, I have always told the Nigeria Football Federation, particularly when we have big competitions coming up that involves the women's team, we need to take care of the women. So there are loads of talks about unpaid allowances, bonus, wages, and it sounds like coming from 5 years ago. It's terrible. So again, our advice, the NFF, PR doesn't solve problems. It avoids problems. It's best practice when you use PR to avoid problems instead of using it to solve problems. Don't let it get to the stage where it becomes an international, embarrassment. Don't let the ladies win, come back home, and then we see them get to the streets protesting. There were talks about them even talking about boycotting the game against Tunisia. First game, NFF, do something now. Deploy all sort of PR tool that you've got. Go talk to the girls. Calm down nerves. Let them feel loved. Let them feel cared for. Give them assuring words. I know what I'm talking about because we're on a mission. Let's not destroy it. Okay, I said I don't want to stay too much with these unpaid bonuses, allowances, and all of that. But the Nigerian Football Federation, you know the problems. You created it, so find a way to solve them. And don't let it affect the concentration level of these ladies. They are on a mission. They want to do something special, something great for the country. So I really hope that the NFF will do something about that, sort it, and then we come back and talk about the Super Falcons and all of the exploits that they did at the 13th edition of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. Let me end this way by saying big ups to the Confederation of Africa Football. First, they unveiled a lovely trophy. They didn't just unveil a trophy, they tied it to a meaningful cause for women's football development in Africa, how to empower the girl child. I watched the unveiling video and I was inspired, even as a man, and I said this is good for women's football in Africa. Shout out to Patrice Motsepe and his team for putting some level of business commitment, giving our football on the continent some commercial value. This is what we're talking about, so that people can take it serious, because football is serious business, I know what football did for England when the women won the Euros, and now we have another Euros going on, and they're not joking around with it. We should be doing the same thing with football in Africa. I loved it so much, that trophy unveiling, and it's such a beautiful trophy, nothing compared to the last one that we had. And again, the prize money, it's now $1 million. So someone will say, well, what is $1 million? So yeah, but it's a good place to start. It used to be 500,000 and it's been increased by 100%. It's also a good one. I just hope that we'll keep doing the right things to make women's football admirable in Africa and get it to the point where every young girl with a talent to play football will look at the continent and be inspired. I'll see you around again. That's it.